Grove, thou glowing shrine of thirst traps, scams, and dollar signs. We chant in tones both grim and low, for virtue fled a long time ago. Kyrie eleison, Christe descendat, final form Jesus return in wrath. With six-pack glistening, sword in hand, he cometh swift to cleanse the land.
Are you telling me the leader of the Olympics is actually married? I had no idea Bonnie Blue's husband, she of the legendary D down of I think 100 guys or 1,000 guys. Who the hell knows? I don't care. I don't care to keep up with Hodacity, to be honest. Like, I'm not going to call you out to your face. I just don't think it's an example that anyone should follow. Bonnie Blue's estranged husband deserves a cut of her $45 million prawn empire because he got her started. So, is he like those weird dads that are their kids' OnlyFans managers? Because that just squeaks me out to no end. I do not understand that. No money for you. Bonnie Blue's controversial smeck stunts have turned her into one of the biggest and most successful hoes on OnlyFans. Now, it may come to a shock to many, but the 26-year-old prawn star is actually married to her childhood sweetheart, Oliver Davidson. Now, the two grew up together and married at the young age of 22. Yeah, I got married at 22 the first time, too. Oddly enough, I didn't create an OnlyFans account. However, she and her estranged husband might be heading to Splitsville, and his mom says she believes her son deserves a good chunk of cash from Blue when the two go their separate ways. In an LBC interview, Blue revealed that she and Dawson had been in the process of divorcing for 2 years. Quote, we absolutely just grew apart. Like, he could never get a place in line from, my Hodacity. Nothing went wrong other than like me having orgies in public, shaming him in public. I don't care how progressive your guy says he is. No guy is going to be okay with this. No normal guy. Not one. I think so many couples do that because they've had like 5 or 10 years of memories and they just sort of stay together or think that's the right way to do. Or conversely, you grow more in love with your partner because they've seen you at your best and your worst and they stuck by you. And they forgive you when you're a butt monkey and you forgive them when they're a butt monkey and they become your best friend. They become the person that you want to talk to. But I guess when you're getting, plugged from all ends, we're not sure. Well, I'm physically okay. I am going to be going down or calling the doctor to see if he wants me to come in to do a bunch of tests and take it from there. And I am going to be resting most of the day. I am also sending out Mr. Mo for, thank you so much, Hellfish Haven. I am definitely sending Mr. Mo out for salt and vinegar chips because as much as I hate the taste of salt on most things, I do love a salt and vinegar chip. I think it's actually the vinegar I like. I'm not going to lie. I would drink vinegar if it wasn't socially weird to not. I love the taste of vinegar. Yes, the Cape Cod brand. They have to be kettle chips. They have to be super crunchy. There's even a kettle chip that has malt vinegar and salt, and take me home to Britain. As you can tell from my, beigeness, I am of UK stock. We're just not quite sure what the mixtures are. Now, that's what she said in an interview. However, things don't seem as civil on Davidson's side of things. His mother, Jill Davison, believes that the OnlyFans star, whose real name is Tia Billinger, and her team don't want Davidson to see a penny of her empire, which is estimated to be around 45 million. I love those. I do say I do watch a lot of British TV, so I always pick up like UK isms or British isms. But that being said, well, I don't think hers are real or what God gave her to begin with. But maybe she was blessed by the boob fairy and got extra perkiness. Now, it is estimated to be about 45, and a lot of what is probably going on in the divorce is, splitting the assets in and mediation towards that. And assets can be both liquid in stocks and real estate, and there's a different amount of liquidity in the way that those funds are able to transfer to another person or to be split up. So it just takes time. Now, that being said, I do think that if he were sort of a manager or things like that, or had any work that he did on her OnlyFans page, which is still grody, then he deserves to be paid for that, even if he was silent support or spraying her down with Purell after one of her scenes. That being said, I would demand emotional damage for that. My son's no longer on the payroll. Tia and her team have cut him out, and it seems he's not entitled to a penny of her wealth, according to Davidson, to Daily Mail. He's been told he has no financial claim whatsoever, as it's her body and she's doing it all. Tia just cut him off. Now, Blue's soon to be ex mother in law says she can't wait for her son to be done with the OnlyFans star. Yeah, not gonna lie, if my sons bring home an OnlyFans star, they're gonna hear about it from me. I don't play as a mom. That being said, if you are an OnlyFans model, I don't wish you ill will. I just don't want to deal with you. But I've had enough of staring at this woman's boobs, the before, the after. I have a set of boobs at home. I'm okay. Well, a hilarious gas leak emergency was pinned on a hilarious culprit after sparking panic in a busy downtown area. It was a real gas streak. Residents of a UK town sounded an alarm after smelling what they thought was a gas leak, only to later discover that the stench was coming from the world's smelliest fruit, durian, a delicacy throughout the southeastern part of Asia. I knew it smelled really bad, but I didn't think it would bring the gas board out. Andrew Simpkins, 61, the owner of Strong Fruit and Veg Shop in Lytham, Lincolnshire, or is it Lincolnshire? Look, it's a UK town. I'm not, or it's in. He was selling the durian fruit. Now I've heard from people who like durian, they say it's like a very delicate melon flavor. For people that don't like it, it's like death and garlic and foot stink all had a demonic baby put together. So, that being said, if you like it, you really like it. If you don't like it, you really, really don't like it. There are also in Southeastern Asia, there are warnings for tourists not to bring these fruits inside hotels, not to take them on public transport, all of this stuff, because it is really a, 50-50 black and white kind of thing for most people. An engineer with the Cadent Gas Company had been dispatched to the store on September 16th after residents raised a stink over a strong smell of gas emanating from the area. The store's assistants, Wang Pen Cheng, 51, and his partner, Candy Pu Leon Lam, look, I am messing these names up, 46, were confused when the worker showed up as they hadn't called anyone to inspect the premises. We saw the gas engineer pull up in front of the shop around 1 p.m. He went into the charity shop next door, the assistant said. About an hour later, he tried the body care shop on the other side before coming inside Strong's. There were reportedly several police officers on site as well. That's That's when the assistant revealed the unlikely source of the fumes. When he mentioned the smell, I told him it was the durian, and he didn't believe me at first. It only took him, to go outside, give him one, and he realized it. Now, the shop received a delivery earlier that week, which they had put the fruit on, display for around $30 a pound, just several hours before the gas man was dispatched to their business place. Now, the absurdity of the situation caused everyone to burst into laughter. After finding no trace of gas, the engineer departed. We'd all just started laughing. It was hilarious. He then checked if there was any gas leak outside just to be sure, and of course there wasn't, before leaving at 4 p.m. Now, durian is known as the king of fruit and prized for its sweet custardy taste. However, the spiky fruit is notorious worldwide for its pungent smell, which has been analogized to everything from socks to sewage. It has caused it to be banned from hotels, trains, and other public areas in Southeast Asia. Yet, despite having this smelly reputation, one New York coffee shop sells a latte made from the smelly fruit. No.